All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Azusa High's Cafe Azteca. This is our virtual meeting number 5. Today is Thursday, November 4th, 2021. Today we have a Citrus College presentation. I want to say thank you and welcome to everybody joining us today. We want to respect everybody's time, so we are going to go ahead and get started, okay? So our agenda is to welcome you guys, review the virtual norms. We have a Citrus College presentation. We'll take questions, go over important dates, and our calendar. Our virtual meeting norms are mute your microphone. It's okay to turn off your camera. This meeting is being recorded. Be present, participate, and respect each other's time, and contact us for personal cases. Okay. And we also like to share our administrator's information. We have Principal Dr. Gomez. We have Assistant Principal Ms. Pegarori. And we have Assistant Principal Mr. Rob Velasco. Okay. We always like to share that info. And I want to say hello to Mr. Barajas and say thank you, welcome, and thank you for joining us. So, Mr. Barajas, we want to respect your time as well. If you don't mind, go ahead and please share your information with our parents and families.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for having me. Again, my name's Alex Barajas. I'm a completion specialist here at Citrus College. So let me share my screen with you guys. Awesome. Alrighty. Let's see. There we go. Awesome. Are you guys able to see my screen? Make sure.
Yes.
Okay, awesome,
Yes.
guys. So today I'm going to give you guys a brief presentation about Citrus College and all the great benefits it has to offer, specifically to Azusa High School because it's one of our in-district schools. We kind of cater to them a little bit more than our outer district schools. So a couple facts about Citrus College. We were founded in 1915. We are the oldest community college in Los Angeles County, and we're the fifth oldest community college in California. But as you can see, it looks pretty modern. Here's a picture of our campus. We do a really good job of every year making, fixing old buildings, making them modern for students to feel like they're at a university. So they do a really good job to keep updating it as much as possible every year and making it look up to date. So that's cool. The one thing, cool thing about Citrus College. So, what you can accomplish at Citrus College is we offer 83 certificates of achievements awards. We offer 67 associate's degree and 28 transfer degrees. So we have a lot of different options. Students think they're just going to come to Citrus College and they could just get a degree, which there is again certificates, skill awards that a lot of students like to come get. And as you can see, that we offer many different ones. At Citrus College. So if you're ever interested, we have a full list that you can find online on the Citrus College website of all the different certificates and degrees we have to offer. Now, when it comes to the cost of attendance, this is probably one of my favorite things to talk about. As you can see, we break it down for you guys. So at community college, it's about $46 a unit, which roughly runs about $1,104 a year. At a CSU, which is a Cal State, it's going to cost you 5,742. At a UC, it's going to cost you about $11,442, and at a private or out of state, it's going to cost you about $35,000 a year. So this is not including the books, supplies, health fees, student fees. This is practically just paying for your seat in the classroom. So as you can see, a community college is definitely a lot cheaper than a Cal State, UC, and private school. The sub stigmas, as a community college student myself, I went to community college, right? One stigma that a lot of students get is, a CSU community college is not the same as a CSU private Cal State. The same, I'd always remind my students, if you come to community college route, the 2 years you're there taking general ed classes is the same classes you're going to be your friends are going to be taking at a UC Cal State or private school. You're just doing it a lot cheaper. And then when you transfer, I tell my students that you're going to be taking the fun classes, the classes that fall under your major that you're there to get a degree in. So you do definitely come to the community college route is a lot cheaper, as you can see. And again, the classes you'll be taking, your general ed classes you're going to be taking your first 2 years here or 3 years here at a community college is the same classes anybody at a UC, Cal State, or private school is going to be taking. Um, at their university. So again, a lot of students get the stigma that community college isn't a real college, but again, you're taking the same classes you'll be taking at any 4 year university, just doing it a lot cheaper. And then a lot of students say, how can I pay for college? So there's a lot of financial resources when you come to community college. The first one we do is the California Promise Act. Before it was called the BOG. So the Promise Grant, if you do qualify for that, it mostly pays for your tuition. So this will pay for that $1,000 I was talking about the next page about your classes. This usually pays for all that and all other fees included. So most of the students do are eligible for the Promise Grant. It's very important that you fill out your FAFSA. One stigma I always hear from students is they tell me that my parents make too much money. I won't be able to get FAFSA or any money from the government. I say, let the government tell you that you want to fill out FAFSA every single year because whether you get a $500 or you get $2,500, that's still money you could use for your resources, any supplies, or your tuition. So you want to make sure you apply for FAFSA every single year. Like I said, do not believe the stigma of like my parents make too much money; they're not going to offer me anything. You want to make sure you apply every single year because there's a lot of money out there for students, and you want to make sure you're taking advantage of that. The other one we have is the California Dream Act. So if you're an undocumented student, there's a lot of resources out there to help students pay for their tuition and any school supplies. The difference between the FAFSA and the Dream Act is the Dream Act is specifically for any undocumented students. So if you're in California, if you're an undocumented student, this Dream Act is here to help you pay for your resources and your tuition in college. We do have a Dream Center here to help students one-on-one walk them through that process because we know being undocumented, there's a lot of different things that go with it and a lot more tasks that they have to do. So we have a Dream Center here to help students navigate their way through that system. And also for the FAFSA, if you're doing the filling out the FAFSA application, we do have our financial aid specialists here on campus to help you guys guide you through that process as well. Once you do it once, it's a repetitive thing, so it becomes easier throughout the years every time you apply for it. We also have grants and federal work study and scholarships. So federal work study, you're able to get a job on campus, which is beneficial because you could go to your class, come back in between classes, work for a couple hours, go back to your next class, and it's easy because you're on campus compared to working off campus where you have to make the commute, come back to class if you have it later on. So it's more of a hassle. So if you do qualify for federal work study, definitely trying to take advantage of that and find a job on campus. It doesn't affect your financial aid at all. So that's one plus of having federal work study. And also scholarships. There's a lot of resources that the Career Center puts and websites that offer a lot of different scholarships. Most of the time, the scholarships usually ask the same three questions. What would you do with the money? Tell us a struggle you have as a college student, and what resources would you apply the scholarship money towards. These most of the questions are be asked. So I tell my students all the time, you always want to copy and paste the question and your answer, and just look for more scholarships that apply and have the same questions. So you could just keep a copy paste and submit as many scholarships as you can. A lot of students don't take advantage of scholarships. It's because they see that they have to write a paper and an essay. So a lot of people push away from it and they don't fill it out. So which gives you a better opportunity to win the award. I won a scholarship for $5,000 and it only took me 30 minutes to write. And I said it was those same questions: what I would do with the money and how would the money benefit me, and tell them about a struggle. So I just wrote a 30-minute paper and submit it, and I was able to win $5,000. And that money could go towards your resources, a car down payment, your laptop, or any tuition you need, or you could save it so when you transfer, you have that money as well to pay for the 4 year institution. So there's a lot of money, financial aid resources out there. Students just have to apply and do the scholarships or apply for all the resources out there. But there's a lot of help out there to help students pay for any tuition or any resources they need in college. So this is early. Next thing I'm going to go over is the early decision and promise program. So I like to break it down to make it a little bit simple. It's two different programs, but they go hand in hand. The early decision program is, I like to tell my senior, is when you're a senior. So this is a process. I'll be your outreach liaison will be helping you from your senior year all the way to when you're be register for classes and you become technically an official college student. And then the promise program is when we hand you over again after you register for classes, you have the the opportunity to continue into the promise program. So I'm gonna give you guys the benefits of being in the program and what you need to be eligible for the program as well. So for early decision program, so the early decision program is offered to graduating seniors in a Citrus College District High School, some out of district high schools, and students who live in within the Citrus College Service cities, but attend other high schools. So you do qualify to be in this program. So as you can see, eligibility: current high school seniors, and complete the early decision steps, which I'll go on the next slide. The benefits of having it is, the main one is the 1 year priority registration. If you tell any student about the 1 year priority registration, it's like hitting the lottery. How registration works: we get annually about 20,000 students enrolling every single year. How registration works is, if it's based off unit. So if you've already taken college level classes, of course you're going to be moving up in the registration, and you're going to have earlier registration time compared to other students. Of course, because incoming freshmen don't have any classes under their belt, they're going to be the last ones to register for classes. So in a group of 20,000 students registering, it's kind of hard to get any classes when you're in the very bottom of the list. So this is why a lot of our students take advantage of the early decision program, because they'll be the first one in line to be able to register for the classes. So again, that math or English class or science, and being able to pick the times and dates you want to work at your schedule, is definitely beneficial than you having to sign up for a class that doesn't work with your schedule. So we emphasize that the part one, how important the 1 year priority registration is, because again, it makes students' lives a lot easier, and it helps them transfer out to a 4 year university a lot faster. The next thing is the registration assistant workshops. We're here to help you step by step. Your outreach liaison will be there to help you do the application, make sure you have no hold in your account. If you have any questions moving forward about anything citrus, they're there to help you out. So we're there to walk you through the process the whole time. If you have any questions, like I said, we're there to help you guys. So we do not let you guys do this on your own. We want to make the process easy as possible for you guys. Then you guys are assigned a Citrus College representative. So just like myself, we'll be there to help you out with any questions you have. So we there to walk you through the whole process. Like I said, if you have any questions, we're there to answer them. So these are the steps, the early decision requirements that students need to receive that 1 year priority registration that I went over the last slide. So the first one is meet with the college representative at your high school and complete an interest card. So definitely talk to your counselor about the interest card. If you haven't received it, yeah, we'll have my contact information at the end. You could email me and we could go ahead and give you guys the link for that as well. The second step is a tenant application workshop with the Citrus College representative. Again, we will schedule this, and I'm sure your counselor will tell you about it. So you definitely want to attend the application workshop so that you're able to finish an application. And again, we're there to help you guys do the application. We walk you guys through step by step so you guys don't make any mistakes and you guys know exactly what you guys are filling out. And the last one is attend an early decision day, which is an early decision student orientation. So you guys do your orientation and you make your education plan. So you'll be meet with the counselor, talk about what class, what you want to major in, and they break down what classes you need. I like to emphasize this with students: even if you do all these steps, the early decision step is not a binding contract saying you're coming to Citrus. I always tell students this is a good plan A, or at least a plan. It could be your plan Z, but you want to make sure you do all the steps because there is deadlines to be able to get the priority registration. So you want to just do this. Even like I said, if you're unsure you're going to come to Citrus, or you probably don't want to come to Citrus, you want to just do the steps because it's safe. It's best to be safe. I always get students all the time that they don't complete the step because they tell me they're going to Cal Poly, and then something that ends up not working out in Cal Poly, and they email me late saying, "Hey, I want to come to Citrus. Am I able to still get that priority registration?" Unfortunately, like I said, to get the priority registration, there's deadlines we have to meet, and helping coding students and making sure all the forms are turned in. So you do not want to be on that end the stick. You want to make sure that you guys do all the steps so that you're able to get that priority registration. So like I said, whether this is your plan A, plan Z, You want to just make sure you guys do all the steps so that you guys have this as an option moving forward. So next thing is I'm going to talk to you about the promise. So once you guys we do all those steps that I just went over, your senior year, you have the opportunity to roll over into the promise program. So to be eligible for the promise program, you're going to be a first time college student who never attended college, which majority of the students are. So some of the requirements to be eligible for the promise program is complete the early decision steps. So all the steps I on the last slide went over the last slide of the three steps. So which you'll do, you already got that check done. So you'll have to complete all the three steps. Apply for FAFSA for the California Dream Act. So this is why we make it mandatory. It is a mandatory thing you have to fill out every single year to be eligible for the Promise Program. Is your financial aid, California Dream Act, or the FAFSA. The next thing is sign a promise pledge, which is just a paperwork saying you're going to receive a 2.0 and other little things that you need to be eligible for the program. Somebody will reach out from you from the promise program to have you sign this form. And then you also maintain a full-time status, 12 units every fall and spring semester. This is really important for students because of course, a lot of students want to come to Citrus. They want to get in as fast as they can. So being a full-time student is 12 units. It gives you the opportunity to get in about 2 to 3 years, depending your major. Um, Students like to be full-time. And then the next thing is enrolled in math and English every semester until required courses are completed. So math and English are the two main important classes that students need to register. So going back to the priority registration, this helps you get your math and English done so that you're able to register. I get students all the time that are not able to register because they need one math class and they weren't able to get it because it got full. The class was full. So getting the priority registration, doing all the steps, this puts you in the advantage of not having that situation fall on you. The benefits of being in the Promise program is enrollment and mandatory fees are covered for fall and spring semester for 2 years. So, with this being said, that's why it's important to apply for your FAFSA and California Dream Act because if you do not qualify for financial aid, the Promise program will pay for your enrollment and mandatory fees. So, whether financial aid covers your fees and the tuition or not, the Promise program will cover it if they do not. So that's very, very important. And they cover your spring and fall semester for your first 2 years. So your fall and spring semester for your first 2 years are covered. You don't have to pay anything out of your pocket. Winter and spring are not included because those are optional semesters. Most of the students like to take summer off for summer vacation, and some like to take winter off because of winter break. They're not mandatory, but it's still students still get financial aid to cover those semesters. The Promise programs only cover fall and spring because those are the two biggest semesters that students are enrolled in at Citrus College. But again, it is covered for the first your 2 years you're there at Citrus. The next thing is they're going to give you a textbook voucher. So it's about last year was $150. This is on top of your financial aid what you'll get. So you could use this towards your books to any of the books you need at our bookstore. You also sign a completion specialist. So this will be somebody just like myself helping you guide your way through. I like to tell my students like a helpful Honda person. So any questions you guys have, you need to meet with the counselor. You're not sure where to go to ask for this person for help. We're there to help you guys and guide you in the right direction. Especially with community college, being the first one in your family to come, it could be a nervous thing, and you might not know who to go ask. So having this completion specialist there, they're there to help you out with whatever questions you have. And individual follow-up services, we do have two counselors that work with the Promise program specifically. So you won't need to go to general counseling to meet with the counseling appointment, make a counseling appointment. You could just go to the Promise program and meet with the counselor there. General counseling takes about 2 weeks to get an appointment. With the Promise program and being the Promise program, you could get a counseling appointment probably the next day. So it's easier on our students to meet with the counselor, specifically towards the end of the semester when students are figuring out if they want to drop classes or change a major. The general counseling could be a little hectic, so having a counselors at the Promise program is a benefit for our students. And we do student success workshops. So we talk about resume building, personal statements. When you transfer, we bring different speakers from different colleges to talk to our students, scholarship workshops, how to write the scholarship. So we do a lot of different workshops to help our students be successful when they're at Citrus College and help them with the different resources we have to offer. Um, so that's the thing. So if you're interested in coming to Citrus College, we do offer campus a tour. So get a feel for the student life, see campus, see where everything's at. You can talk to. We usually bring our student ambassadors to show you're able to get that one-on-one experience with a current student to give them their experience and how has it been. We also do. We'll show you the different departments and programs we have to offer. If you guys want to schedule a tour, you're more than welcome to just email us or give us a call, and we could definitely schedule you guys a tour here at Citrus College. The next thing is I definitely want to share the information of your guys' outreach liaison, Krisaly. So that's her email, that's her phone number, and that we also have the email right there of the outreach office, so you could reach us either way to have any questions about moving forward. If you want to know more about the program, or you want to fill out an interest card, by all means, there is our information for you guys to keep and share with any. But moving forward, if there's any questions, I could definitely answer. But thank you guys so much for your time. Like I said, whether citrus is a plan A or your plan Z is definitely a great option to have, just to make sure you guys fill out all the information, do all the steps, just for you guys to be able to be eligible for all the benefits of the Promise program and the early decision program. So thank you guys, and I'm gonna stop sharing.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Alex. That
Yeah,
was
no
really
problem.
great information.
Thank you guys so much for
All
having
right.
us.
Ladies, do you guys have any questions? I know Lizzie doesn't have a senior, but it's something, it's information that you want to hear. And, the parents and other families who might, have seniors. And, it's important for you guys to share that information with their families.
I have a well, it's not a question. It's more of a I know a parent that I know the student. He's not a senior as well,
Mhm.
but I know he's not from California. And you were
Mhm.
talking about the Dreamers program, and
Yes.
I guess I don't know if the mom was kind of telling me that I guess the program is gone. So I guess the son is kind of not caring about school because he's like, I can't go to college anyway, so it doesn't matter if I get good grades or not. So if you give me a little bit more information about that, I'll be able to tell her, because she seemed kind of defeated.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I always have, like, even for myself, I have a lot of out of state students that, they see the out of state tuition and they're just like, it's a lot of money. Or again, going back to my undocumented students I have at my school, there's a lot of resources out there, just of course, because we get a lot of students and parents who never visit college, first time college student, they just don't know where to look. So of course, we try to share all that information we have. If they're an undocumented student, the Dream Center here helps students with filling in all the paperwork they need to be able to do the Dream Act. Also, even showing, I know with their visas, if any student have visas, they help them fill it out and just give them more information and share the resources they have to offer to students. For any of my out of state students that we have, we always reach them out to our specialists at financial aid to show them all the out of state like resources they can have and grants they're able to apply for. Again, a lot of students
Mhm.
get defeated because they see the out of state tuitions, because they see like like they'll say the different UCs and Cal States and private schools, and they see, oh my God, out of state's $50,000. How am I going to afford this? But of course, there's a lot of resources out there for students, even good student loans for students. Some students, they think of loans as a very bad thing, but there's a lot of student loans out there that are very beneficial for students, and some students take them out, and it really helps them out. It takes the stresses off of them, their family, so they don't have to work too much when they're going to school. So just like I said, there's a lot of resources out there. We try to share as much as possible. I'll make sure to send you guys as much brochure as we can to definitely give you guys the resources to show them. And I just think that's the biggest thing that I run into students is just there's a lot of resources, but a lot of students just don't know where to look or they just don't know about them. So definitely,
Yeah, Alex, maybe you can send Letty an email of what, like the Dream
yes,
Center contact information, so we can
yes,
pass it along to our parents. And I was on Instagram earlier and I saw Dream Center Citrus College, I think it's called. They have an
yeah,
Instagram page. So
yes.
I was like, oh, cool. I want to check it out. So I know they're on Instagram. It's called Dream Center Citrus
Yeah,
at
so I
Citrus.
know like some resources they offer. I have it right here. Let's see. So some of the resource they help with internships and externships, a fellowship opportunity, helping transfer to a four-year institution. They give them a DACA 101 class or like a resource, so they
Mhm.
should teach them about DACA because of course students don't know what they need to do or filling that out. They also give a thing is it helps undocumented students face the pursuing higher education. So they helped with all the challenges and show them like, hey, you might run into this. So they have like seminars of how students, if you're undocumented, how to go about different situations or how to defeat any stigmas they might deal with as college students. So the Dream Center does a lot of good thing because of course being an undocumented student and first time college student, you have two things going against you already. So definitely they try to do everything they can to ease that stress and show them like there's a lot of resources out here to help you be successful through college and specifically get navigate your way through a community college as well.
Yes, so that was a great question, Izzy. And I want to also tell you here at Azusa High, we do continue to do that.
Yeah.
I know Ms. Hernandez does the FAFSA and the workshop for the AB 540. Is that what it is? I'm
Yes.
sorry. Okay. So, yes, so we do. And we do tell the kids. And if their parents need to come in and make a separate appointment to do all that information, we definitely do that. So, Ms. Hernandez is always available. It's a little crazy right now because, we're trying to get all those seniors, but that's like one of her main priorities right now is to get all those kids to do their FAFSA or the AB 540. So there is money, there are options, and I'm really glad that you asked that question, and I hope you can share that information with our parents because
Yes.
yeah, that's no reason to give up, and there's always something out there. So
Yes.
thank you, Liz.
Great question.
Yeah. And Alex, do you know when you guys will have your in-person tour guides going
Yeah,
again?
so we're fully open. So all our
Okay.
resources on campus student service are open. If you guys would like to make a walk on tour, a campus tour, like I said, reach out to the email that we put on the outreach. We have student ambassadors here to walk you through campus or ourselves. So again, we like to have the student ambassadors do the tour because it gives them that student perspective about college. Usually they're second years, so they've been on campus for already a year. Of course, last year was all online, but they still have that experience to share with you guys about taking a college class or the tips and tricks of going navigating your way through college and what will help you be successful your first year. So we like to have our student ambassadors do tours and just show them around. Our campus is very small, which is a really really good thing. It's not a big huge campus. It doesn't take you long to go around campus once, so it definitely helps students just show them around campus and get that feeling of being on campus because of course as a pandemic, we get through the pandemic, everything's starting to open up little by little, and I know spring semester will be kind of fully back on campus with all our students. So of course our incoming freshmen will be on campus, so gain just that head start of knowing where things are at, knowing where your classrooms are going to be, the student services. It definitely puts you at an advantage compared to other students that walk on their first day on campus. So definitely, if I would recommend doing a campus tour if you have the time to come on campus and do that.
Great. Thank you. What was I had another question too. I got my question, Maritza. Um No, about the promise program. Oh, and doing the card. Yes, it is important. We do make sure that the kids all know that, and we always tell them, "Hey, we know you want to go, out of state. You want to do this, but when the numbers come in, you always want to have that plan, and make sure that you guys are at least, just in case because it
Yeah.
does happen." And yeah, the kids do go to Miss Hernandez and, "Oh, can I, sit?" We're like. Uh,
And I
so
think
it's
that's the
true.
toughest thing. Yeah, like I
Mhm,
said, guys, I've been doing this for 3 years, and the toughest thing is telling one of my students no. There is a
mhm,
deadline we had to reach to get the students to get that priority registration. So, like I said, you could do every single thing on that list that we tell you to do for the priority registration. And the last day before registration, you could tell me, I'm going to Cal Poly because I got a late admit. And that's great. We'll just remove you from the list, but at least you did
mhm.
everything just in case things doesn't go as planned. That's the worst thing that happens is when things that we're past the deadlines and things don't work out for the student. So you want to make sure you just do all the steps, whether you decide to come to Citrus or go somewhere else. Feel free to just do the steps. It's free. It's not going to affect you anyway if it does,
Yeah,
you turn Citrus down at the very end. But at least it's a good plan Z, if anything, to have there. Because again, You're coming to college for 2 years for free. Everything's going to be paid for if you do the Promise program, whether you get financial aid or do the California Dream Act and get any resources. They're going to pay for your tuition the your first 2 years here. So it's very important you want to take advantage of that. And the priority registration, you're not going to struggle to get any of your classes the 2 years you're here at Citrus, which is a huge thing.
Yeah. And one major thing you guys like he did mention, Alex did mention about the kids have to do that. So as a parent, all you're going to be able to do is push push push, but at the end of the day they cannot give you answers, and it's your child who has to do the signature and go to the workshop and meet with the representative or liaison. So we announce it all the time. The kids have the Remind app. Their counselor send reminders. Miss Hernandez sends reminders. We put it on Instagram. We put it on everything. So, we really want those kids to know that, take this opportunity, and also know that it's the child who has to do it. And as parents, you, you know,
Yeah, it's tough.
there's
So
limits.
I definitely understand. Like what I like to say, the helicopter parents, guys, is I love that parents are supportive, and I love to see that. But unfortunately, because of FERPA, there is a law that states that we cannot give any information out to student. If the student will need to do the interest card, they need to do the application themselves.
Mhm.
They are considered adult when they do their process. I know for some of you guys, they're seen as your babies, and that's totally understandable. You're there. I always love my parents to be involved and be there when the students are doing this application and seeing the process themselves. But unfortunately, any information we cannot disclose to any parents. They need to have the student do all that information themselves. But again, if you have any questions, please have the student reach out to us. We're here to help them and make their lives a lot easier and take any stress away from them. But unfortunately, again, due to FERPA, the student needs to make sure they do the application, the interest card, the FAFSA. But again, you're able to help them out, but the student needs to fill it out, unfortunately.
Yes. So anybody else have any questions?
I'll just say the outreach office number out loud for those who aren't able to see it in the chat. It's 626-857-4162. Highly encourage contacting them or when you're ready to. Don't do it too late. And
Yes.
Yes.
The earlier, the better.
yeah, even if
Early.
Yes.
you have a sophomore, you're a freshman, you just want to
Mhm.
be
Yes.
informed. Get them informed. It's better to have that list now so they can start preparing before it's
Yes,
too late.
guys. It's never too early.
Mhm.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Alex. We really appreciate
No
your
problem.
time and being
No
here with us.
problem. No
Uh,
problem, guys. Have a great day today.
Thank
thank
you, you
No
too.
you.
problem,
Thank
guys.
you.
We're gonna carry on with our the rest of our information. So let me just share the screen again, and we have a couple things.
Okay.
And here's Letty's stuff.
Yay. All right. So that is one of our flyers that has my information. I'm the community liaison here at Azusa High, and I help with the parent meetings and your school connections, area support, email support, so basic needs for your students and more, of course. And so here I am. If you guys have any parent who has any questions, any doubts, that's what I'm here for. Also, we want to keep sharing our food access with St. Francis of Rome. And here in Azusa with Action Now, in Covina and Shepherd's Pantry, that's located in on Arrow Highway in Glendora, also on Arrow Highway in Irwindale. So there's two locations for them. So we will continue to share that information with you, and hopefully you guys can share it amongst other families. Okay. Thank you.
And thank you, Letty. And I'm Maritza Martinez. I'm the educational community worker here at Azusa High School. I'm placed here by the LA County Office of Education to support our families and our Azusa school students and their families connect to resources. So I do a little bit more digging outside in the community to link you to those agencies or organizations that can help and support you in other aspects of your life so your student can continue being successful in school. So I mean, I share the room here with Letty, or she shares the room with me actually, here in room one. And I'm available to you. I'm available to talk, to chat, to email, and I speak Spanish too. So if you feel more comfortable speaking in Spanish, feel free to contact me. And one of the projects from community schools is a thrift store. And we recently opened up this week on Monday a thrift store here at Azusa High School for our Aztec students. And it's also available to our Aztec parents. So if our Aztec parents want to make a private appointment to come and do some thrifting here on campus, call me, text me, and we'll set up an appointment. That way you have a private moment to do some shopping for your little ones or for yourself. And the items are free. We don't charge for these items, so our Aztecs are really excited and really happy to find things, articles of clothing that they really like or they need. So it's not just a place for those who need it, it's also a place for them to just have a good time, a positive place, a happy place on campus, that they can come and do a little thrifting. So give me a call, parents, if you're interested in coming by as well. We'll set up an appointment for you. And the week of the 15th through the 19th, we're accepting donations. So we're not only giving out the clothes, we're also accepting donations because if we don't have anything to give out, then we don't have a thrift store. So if you have clothes that no longer fit your students, your children, or it's not your style anymore, give it a nice wash. Or shoes that you don't wear and they're still good, they still have tread. Um, Jewelry or accessories that it's not your style anymore. If you want to donate it, give me a call, send me a text. We'll be accepting donations between the 15th and the 19th of November. So just let me know when you're going to come by during that week. Or if you need them to get picked up, I'll make arrangements and get those items from you. And we're going to be doing this either monthly or bi-month, every other month, so we can continue having a place for our students and families to obtain the items that they need. If you have any questions regarding this, let me know and I'll be happy to answer them. We also have Michelle Gonzalez from 211. She's our LA County representative from 211. So she finds resources and support for you and your family in the broader sense. And I'm going to play a small video that she put together because you're part of Azusa High or you have a student within the Azusa Unified School District. You're available. Oh no, the video's not available. It's restricted. Um, I'll share the video in the chat, and I'll share the video in the chat, or I'll send it to you individually, along with the recording of this video. But if you look online at 211la.org under community schools, there's a link for you to submit a self-referral form. And that self-referral is to protect your privacy. If you don't want to share your information, you just share it with her directly, and she's the representative for the whole district of Azusa. And she'll be able to provide that information to you and get the answers you need regarding whatever it is, your situation that you're facing. So we're very happy to have her, and she is also a Spanish speaker if you feel more comfortable speaking in Spanish. And lastly,
I believe it's our calendar.
yeah,
So hopefully, if you guys ever come in through our main office, we do have a calendar and paper, but also know we also like to put it digital, a digital copy as well. As you can see, we have a lot of things coming up in November. um, the end of the second triad is tomorrow. So watch out for them grades because they could be doing well, they could be slipping. So it's a really good time for you guys to be checking on the Aries. We hope that everybody is receiving their Aries email, their weekly Aries email. If not, please contact us. We'll be more than happy to help. There's more information on the band tournament on our website as well. Don't forget daylight savings time. And then we have on the 9th, we like to do something that we call Tech Tuesday, where we have appointments available for parents to come in either small groups or individual. And if you need some tech assistance on how to join our meetings or with your Aries or an email, we'll be more than happy to help you. So contact either one of us for that information. We're still doing the COVID testing for, I believe, students and student athletes. Also, every Wednesday, it's early release. There's no school on the 11th. It's a Veterans Day. We have an e-waste event here on campus on November 13th from 7:30 to 3:30. Don't forget, we have Think Together and all the clubs that they have going on. We have an ELAC meeting. If you've never attended an ELAC meeting, would like to, that is a meeting for our parents or community members who have an English learner. You're more than welcome to join us here 8:30 a.m. in the Parent Center. It's usually a small group, so hopefully you'll be able to join us. And we also have a school site council meeting from 3 to 4. The 17th, no school. It's a staff development day. Then on the 18th, we have Cafe Azteca, which I believe Dr. Gomez will be our presenter that day. The 19th, we have PBIS schedule. The kids classes change a little bit and they get to hear a positive message or something that is shared for all the students. And then of course we have Thanksgiving break or fall break from November 22nd through the 26th. Okay, so it's gonna go by real quick. And any other questions or comments or anything, please call us, let us know so that we can help you out. As you can see at the top, you have my number, you have Maritza's number, and our office hours. Okay, so please, anything, you let us know how we can help or any other information you guys would like to see.
No worry, Christina. We know you're late. We see you. Of course, if you
Sorry,
did come
guys.
a little late, no worries. We understand. We actually appreciate that you making an effort to be here. And again, we are recording the meeting, so you will get you'll get a text message tomorrow night at 7 p.m. with the recording link. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them now. I found the video, so I'm gonna try to play it, but just give me a second. So either you keep talking or you answer questions. I'll put
Okay.
I'll put this other slide back up though because I think it's something that I really wanted to. This one, and then we can talk about
Oh
that.
yes.
But I'm gonna mute myself while I get the video going.
Okay. So yes, our thrift store, we're very excited. The kids are very excited about it. So please, and like Maritza said, if you guys have something you guys would like to donate or a neighbor would like to donate, please, bring it in. I believe Maritza will have a box in the main office where you guys can just drop off your stuff. But if you guys want to come and check it out as well, please come and check it out. Make an appointment, and I know Maritza will be more than happy to help you guys out with that. We're very fortunate. We're very glad that it's open. I know the kids are happy. They've had visitors every day in the morning, at lunch, and after school. I believe they will be changing their hours, but we will keep you posted on that. So, Christina, do you have any questions for us?
You guys already know I do.
Good. All right.
Okay, so for us for this for the thrift store, would it be possible for us parents or just the community in general to maybe donate? I mean, I know we're already well into the year, but maybe donate like vouchers for PE clothes, because I know that that's some things, like that's one of the things that my kids, like their friends, I know a lot of them struggle with paying for that. And I'm wondering if maybe we can create like some kind of a voucher for that, or even for like cap and gowns, something like for seniors towards the end of the year where they
Oh.
can go there and, feel confident about collecting a yearbook, or, maybe even being in a raffle, maybe while they visit the store, you know what I mean? Just something to where they feel like it's also discreet, it's not so that you're
Yeah.
not blasting it. But alongside with that, I was also thinking, I don't think that the pandemic, the PBT cards have been like really, I don't think we've really touched on that more than we should, because there's a lot of girls. I was actually just talking to them about it, my cheerleaders, and I was telling them, have you guys used it? And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, you have no idea. And then a lot of people are really they're and timid to use it. Parents are probably too proud, of course. That's kind of our community, but I think if we kind of give them options, they do have the Walmart pickup where you can order it online and you can literally go pick it up, and it's very discreet, and it's not anything to be embarrassed about. But my gosh, like, they're missing out on literally over $1,000. Like, we're already hitting at $2,000, and some of these people have several kids, which means they have several cards, and they're not utilizing them.
Oh, okay.
So how could we go about maybe bringing that to parents'
Awareness.
attention so they know? Yeah.
That's a good point. So you mentioned two things. One, the possible vouchers for our seniors that are or other students regarding PE or cap and gown. That one, I love that idea. I'm gonna have to think about it more and discuss it with Dr. Gomez and see how we can go about it, if it's a possibility, if there's any restrictions on that. But I love that idea. And then secondly, the thing you mentioned was bringing awareness about PEBT, the pandemic EBT and the regular EBT, because there is another version coming out very soon in the next month. And then there's going to be a possible third version coming out later in the summer. And there's a lot of information that could be shared about that. And I think I already have a contact, and I'm going to start planning that one so we can do a presentation for families. So they just get their information, so they become aware. And yes, thank you for bringing that to my attention, because it is such a valuable asset right now that's available to everyone who has a child.
Yeah, see? Thank you, Christina. You make up for being late.
It's hard. Oh, another thing I was going to ask is can we put the Google Meet link on the link tree? Because I know it has like the Spanish Google Meet, but we don't have the one in English, or at least I didn't see it when I was driving. So that's why sometimes like I can't make it because I'm driving. I'm like, oh man, I'm going to miss it.
Maybe I put it in wrong. Yeah, maybe I put it in wrong. So let me double check if it's, because it should be the same link for both meetings. So let me double check if I didn't distinguish the English, that it's also available for the English. Which reminds me, if anyone wants to send me or Letty their email, I can add you to the guest list to Cafe Azteca. That way it's on your calendar, your personal calendar. So you can just join easily.
Yes.
That's Christina, right away. First one.
That's me right there. I'm too old. I'm trying to I can't text and drive anymore. I'm like, I have to pull over and
you shouldn't be.
Look, it took me like 25 minutes, guys.
But thank you. Okay, so I will add you to the list, to the guest list for every Cafe Azteca for the remainder of the year.
Yes.
So you will get automatically sent. It'll be automatically on your calendar that you have for this email account. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We are at time, so thank you for sharing your emails. I will put them on our list after we hang up here today.
Yes.
And that way you won't have any difficulty. Even if you don't have a Gmail account, you can connect right away. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. And spread the word that we're still having these meetings, or if a better time works for you guys, let us know. We can switch the hours. You just let us know what works better for you guys.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Thank you, Miss Verduzco. Thank you, Lizzie.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for that great question, because you know what? Yeah, those kids, they can go to school. Anybody can go to school.